up, my Vina loves? Before we get in the recording, I do want to make a correction real quick. When I was discussing the Golden State Warriors sportcaster that Drake took to the NBA awards, and I call her Rose for short. Her name is Rosalind. I just want to make sure that I was respectful and pronounced her name correctly. I think it's Rosalind or Rosalind. So that is her name. So I apologize for just saying Rose, because her name is not Rose. What's up, my Vina love? It's Miss Vina D coming to you from Vina Tina News. All right, let's go ahead and do this again. Man, I've been trying to get this video up forever. Anyways, better late than never. So today we're going to talk about Rihanna. So most of you are aware, Rihanna is very successful in everything that she does, her music, her clothing, fashion, same thing, beauty, just everything. There was a show that Drake was at, and he called her the queen of everything, and she truly is the queen of everything. But there's one area where Rihanna have not been fully successful, and that is a relationship, her love life. You've seen Rihanna, go through the situation with Chris Brown, and that just completely destroyed her. It was so public, all of her information was just out there like that, and that completely led her to just become very cautious when it comes to her relationship, her private life, how she displayed things. And we've seen her, date Matt Kemp after Chris Brown. I'm only listing people that we've actually seen Rihanna in, not only pictures, but in like romantic moments with. All of the other rumors, she date this person, that person, I'm not even going to go there. We saw her in the pool on vacation and all that with Matt, so he's included in here. We know she did at Chris Brown, and of course Drake. So she's been going back and forth with Drake for years. Drake, of course, he's a sweet guy. Have talked about how she's the love of his life, and he's been in love with her since he was 22, and did that whole thing on the MTV. Was it the MTV Vanguard Award, Michael Jackson Vanguard Award? He did all of that, and then they had their moment again. This is not the first time where they broke up again, and it looks like this time, we never know. She's not married. She doesn't have any kids. Drake is not married. And so you never know where their love story will end. But it looks like the last time, this time, it looks like it's probably the final. And it will be based off pride. Because before I get into who Rihanna is dating, think about it. Rihanna, yes, she's very close with the people that she grew up with. Those are like her friends, her family, But in Hollywood, she have her Hollywood friends. She have people she consider friends. Rihanna admire Jennifer Lopez. She have said that herself. She admired Jennifer Lopez. She considered Jennifer Lopez, I would say in quotations, Hollywood friend. Not like that's my best friend, that's my sister, or whatever. They were cool. Then they did the movie Home together. Where that is animated, so they probably never had to cross paths or be in the same room together. All they had to do was go in the booth and do the voice over. But J-Lo played her mother in that. We saw that when she released her collaboration shoe collection, she had sent J-Lo one of the boots, and J-Lo wore it in her video, and Rihanna reposted it. And they've been cool over the years. So for Drake, whatever that happened when in their final breakup, because most of their fans that they named themselves Aubrey really felt like they were engaged and this was it, and marriage, and Rihanna moving into that mansion that Drake is building, they were about to shut the music industry down, because they went and got a tattoo together. He shut down the aquarium for her. It was just some major things going on. She could have had her mother, anyone in her family, to present her with such an amazing and high honor awards, but she chose Drake. So people just felt like, wow, their love story finally gonna have a happy ending. But then something really bad had to happen for Drake to decide that out of all of the women that he could have dated, he really wanted to crush Rihanna. Like, I don't know what she did or what happened, but he was like, I'm going for J-Lo. Someone that Rihanna admires, someone that is so public, someone that, everyone could see and know about. And forget about Drake, he's a guy, even though he's wrong, but for J-Lo of all people to have fell for that. Like, okay, yes, I understand Rihanna is not her BFF. Rihanna is a Hollywood friend. I completely get it. But Jennifer Lopez in the music industry is a legend. She really don't need Drake for publicity, and Drake does not need her for publicity either. So the whole it was for publicity thing is weird to me, because whether she's with a guy or not, she's Jennifer Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't need that publicity. So the whole pairing of them was just really interesting to me when they got together. But that really crushed Rihanna. And people saying that she didn't care. Not even if she didn't care for the relationship, but as a woman, for a man to stand there and say that he's been in love with you since he was like forever young, right? You are just it to him. You're the queen of everything. He adores you. You're the only one that have made him feel small in the room, and all that stuff Drake has said about Rihanna. For him to then go and try to hurt you so much to date someone that you admire. Rihanna even loving Drake and attempting to come back to Drake, to her, would be like, would make him look good. Like, he can go out there and do whatever. Like, oh yeah, Drake gets all the girls, all the celebrities. He went and messed with J-Lo, and Rihanna is right back. She's too much of a buzz and too prideful to allow herself to go back to someone who publicly did that to her. And so I think the whole J-Lo situation, no matter how much love is there, how much they care for each other, I think the J-Lo situation really is the one that ended them for good this time. But let's go ahead and move on. Yes, Drake hosted an first NBA awards, and he took sportscaster for the Golden State Warrior. I'm just gonna call her Rose, even though her name is longer than that. But I've heard rumors that she's dating Kevin Durant, so I'm not gonna dwell on that.
Who is Drake with? Anyone know?
Anybody know? No.
Mr. Graham?
But Rihanna have been secretly dating since last year, since she and Drake, and I'm shifting, so excuse the noise, since she and Drake ended their up and down relationship. She's been dating, and she's been disappearing a lot, going overseas, been very private, very quiet. And I always say to people that come in my inbox or my DM, because I am very active on Instagram, and be like, oh, Rihanna disappeared again. I'm like, yeah, she has shows in Paris in Paris and stuff like that, but she has a man. That's why I told her. I'm like, that girl went over there, went somewhere in a different country and got her a man or something. That's why she keeps disappearing. And I was right. She was actually privately and secretly dating a guy, because you know how it gets, man. You start to date somebody, you just want to enjoy them, have a good time, and then the media get a hold of the story and they just take it and run with it and try to tarnish everything. You have to be really strong to make a relationship work, be in the public eye. So a few days ago, pictures leaked of Rihanna just in a passionate, like, just PDA moment with this guy, and people were joking like, oh, Drake have never been in the pool with Rihanna, Chris Brown have been in the pool with Rihanna, Matt Kim. If she doesn't take you in the pool, that means she didn't claim you. But her jokes aside, she was seen with this handsome guy, just having the time of her life and enjoying herself. And so most people were like, who's that? Who's that guy? And eventually it was revealed that his name is Hassan Jameel. He's a billionaire from Saudi Arabia. He is the heir to the Toyota. They own the Toyota. In one moment here, my recorder is freezing up. There we go. He's a billionaire, and they're here to one of the biggest. His family owns one of the biggest company in the world, and yeah, regardless of his money or his status or him being the deputy president and vice chairman of his family business, and also owner of a soccer league in Saudi Arabia. Regardless of all that, Rihanna is not a billionaire, but she's a millionaire. She have her own money. She's good. She's well taken care of. So I'm just glad, as long as she's happy, that's all I care about. The money and all that is good, but regardless, I just want her to be happy and be with someone who treat her well. I mean, he looks very tall, very handsome, and well loved. Don't have any children, so he looks like a great match for Rihanna. The only thing though is that Rihanna is she's a Christian, and there's nothing wrong with being a Christian and dating someone of Muslim faith. And the only thing I wish her well, but it's almost like, okay, because Janet Jackson went through this, so I hope that Rihanna, regardless of what she decided to do, that's up to her. It's her life. But I really do hope that they sat down and had some serious conversations, because it's like, I'm Rihanna. I'm a singer. How I dress. How I perform. My life, but yet you're choosing to involve yourself in my life. I'm not going to change the way I perform. I'm not going to change my outfits. I'm not going to cover it up or do things differently just because now I'm dating you. I'm not going to do that. And if I choose to do that, it will be my choice, and not because I'm being controlled to do that. And as we can see, Janet Jackson, my thing is, in a relationship, if you're going to make any changes, make sure you're doing it for you as well. Because when you live your life trying to seek validation from people and trying to please people, but deep down inside you're not happy, you're not pleasing yourself, that's a dangerous place to be in your life, in a relationship. So I just pray and hope that even if Rihanna decides to dress a certain way, and she's gonna look good anyways. I'm gonna insert these old pictures when she was in Dubai. Look at how fly she looks. She's fully clothed, head wrapped and all, and she still look gorgeous. So regardless of what Rihanna tries to do, I wish her nothing but the best. And I'm going to insert this meme where it shows like Ra in 2 months. She's been dating the guy for over 2 months, but I just thought it was funny that they're trying to come for legend Janet Jackson. But we saw what happened to Janet. She's getting a divorce because she just felt like, I left my life, I moved over here, I abandoned my career, I left my family, I did all of these different things just to please you, and I'm not happy. So all I'm saying is that make sure you continue to do you and stay true to yourself. I'm not trying to make this. I'm just happy for Rihanna because we've seen her go through so much and so many ups and downs in her relationship. After they had their amazing PDA moment in the pool, they were saying the next day, I guess after months and months and months of dating, she's just like, what would be will be. It would be nice. It would have been nice to be like, surprise, I'm engaged, I'm married, this is my husband. But what would be would be. We're gonna go public. And they were seen the next day grabbing coffee, and he was all smiles, I'm sure. And then this is why she was private, because literally seconds after news broke on the internet that she had a new man in her life, here comes the scandal. Oh, Naomi Campbell used to date him. That's Naomi Campbell ex. And that's why she and Rihanna stopped speaking, because Rihanna stole this man for Naomi Campbell. First of all, a woman can never steal a man. If he doesn't want to be there, he's not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible for someone to steal anyone from a relationship. So that's the first thing. This is a lie, because after the pictures of Naomi and Hassan was taken, the next day Naomi was seen on a yacht with a completely different man having a good old time. You can't tell me that she was in a relationship and a day later she's hooked up with somebody else on the yacht. Now, whether Naomi was the one who introduced Rihanna to him or how that happened, that's my point. Days after, seconds after the story broke, it was already, oh my God, people were mad that Drake did what he did with Jennifer Lopez when Rihanna did the same thing. They were very close friends now, Naomi Campbell, which is not true. But anyways, with that being said, I'm just wishing everyone the best, wishing everyone well. I'm going to go ahead and include a video clip in here where I jokingly wrote in my caption, and when Drake saw Rihanna and the guy kissing in the pool, this was his reaction. And it's a video where the guy is basically going off and saying his this whack, his that whack, and I just thought it was hilarious. I'm going to include that. I'm also going to include some side.
His hair whack, his gear whack, his jewelry whack, his foot stance whack, the way that he talks whack, the way that he doesn't even like to smile whack. Me, I'm
ما في شك انه اليوم يوم حدث تاريخي ومهم على مستوى شركة عبد اللطيف جميل ومستوى شركة تويوتا، لأن سيارة تويوتا 86 هي أول مرة في فترة طويلة ندشن ونطلق سيارة رياضية مثل سيارة 86 في المملكة، ونحن فخورين جدا في البرنامج اليوم. أنا شخصيا سوقت السيارة قبل فترة في اليابان، وأقول لكم يعني مرة خطيرة السيارة. سواقتها سريعة وثابتة جدا، وأحلى ما فيها إنه اللي يسوق السيارة يشعر بسواقة سيارة رياضية أو قوية، ونحن فخورين والحمد لله رب العالمين، وأشكر الجميع على حضورهم اليوم، وإن شاء الله تستمتعوا بفقرات الحفل الليلة، وشكرا.
I'm going to include some side-by-side images from social media of people basically, saying, oh yeah, she's going to make a great wife. And it's just, the internet is forever undefeated and hilarious. But with that being said, I'm wishing Rihanna well. I'm wishing Drake well. And people were joking like, oh my gosh, girls leave Drake and then go and get a white guy or a brighter complexion guy, like, Serena Williams is engaged to be married to Alex, and now Rihanna is dating this guy. But anyways, leave Drake alone. Drake is young, successful, and is living his life. Anyways, I know I've said anyways over 20 times, I'm sorry. But with that being said, remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a wonderful day, my Fina loves, and God bless. Bye-bye.